morning, everyone.
I am April Rose Takedo.
I am Rogeline Rinduque.
I am Hazelon Armadillo.
And I am Jason Arandita Malio.
And today we are going to interview our prof and teachers in Colegio ng Pantukan with the question of
Which is better?
Traditional assessment.
Or authentic assessment?
and why.
So, without further ado, let's go!
So, for you, sir, which is the best? The traditional assessment or the authentic assessment?
Okay, thank you so much. Is it said that traditional assessment is the assessment referring to the formal test? This will check the ability of the students in recollecting and reproducing information. Usually, it is the assessment used most of the teacher, while the authentic assessment focuses on the students applying or using different knowledge and skills in real-life situation. For example, as a teleteacher, students can learn more when students will apply and engage through hands-on activity. As they say, hands-on, minds-on. For me, as a teleteacher, I will choose authentic assessment because this is how we are going to measure student skills in order to have a meaningful learning. Thank you.
Usually we have pen and paper use, diba? And teachers are really coming up with an input, and then they're going to come up with an examination based on what was given by the teacher. That is the traditional. Now, because we're in the world of technology, and we are into our instruction even using our online, our platform online, and so it also matches with the kind of instruction we use. Since we are into online, we have also varied assessment that we are going to give. There will be online also, and there will also be a face-to-face. However, in the online, okay, teachers may give using technology. So it could be a submission of PowerPoint presentation based on the topic being discussed, and during the face-to-face, especially now that we are also tomorrow we are going to have our examination. Though we are coming up with technology, there are items that are being realized, making our students aware of what they have learned when they are having their employment of technology as basis for instruction. So in my part, I have my part 1, part 2. Part 1 would be a written examination. Part 2, I am going to come up with, so we call it project-based assessment. So how far they learned and how creative they are in giving the PowerPoint, and how would the topic be given with that number of, shall we say, is it time bounded ba? Because there are some assessment na I need to really have their output be presented in at maximum of 10 minutes. So from there I can see how they really learn from the subject and how they understood really based on the instruction they have given to them. Okay, so going back to the question, which one is really best for me? Well, because we are in this world of technology, then I would say I need to really adopt the authentic one, because somehow from the instruction, whether it's pen or pencil, whether it's in using technology, the output really somehow see the totality of the students. In terms of cognitive, in terms of psychomotor, in terms of affective, it's there already. And that, for me, that is authentic assessment.
Thank you.
So, good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
So, for you, sir, which is better, authentic assessment or traditional assessment?
Alright, if you're going to ask me which one is the best, authentic or traditional, I cannot say that it's traditional. I cannot also say that it's authentic, because each of this kind of assessment has particular advantage. For example, We know that traditional assessment really pertains to the content, and also it involves, you know, forced choice responses. And authentic assessment, on the other hand, measures students' realistic skills, okay, pertaining to what kind of skill you are trying to assess the student. Now, for example, if you're going to use traditional assessment to cover a lot of, you know, coverage or topics, then that kind of assessment is actually best to use, because the traditional assessment is a sort of like, you know, a behavioral type of assessment, okay? Students get to choose their responses, students get to find the correct answer, but the disadvantage of this is that it promotes rote memorization. It promotes, again, memorization of the answers, okay, if in case in multiple choice or what. But authentic assessment, on the other hand, is actually advantageous if in case you want your students to elicit divergent thinking. When we say divergent thinking, meaning you are going to assess how they give or interpret the situations and give solutions to various problems that are presented for them, okay? Authentic assessment uses real-life materials, okay? While traditional assessments are proxy only or samples only of real life. So, as for me, I cannot really say that it's traditional and it's authentic assessment that is the best, but it's up to you as a teacher which type of assessment is suitable based on your goal and what you want your students to learn. So that's all for now.
So, based on our interview, I would agree to Mr. Digimark, because assessment really matter. It doesn't matter kung unsa imong gusto, kung authentic ba or traditional, because it really depend on the teacher kung asa siya mas hiyang o asa pod mas mahiyang isang estudyante. You cannot use authentic lang tanan, you cannot use traditional lang pud kanan. You need to merge it for us para ma-enhance pud nimo ang imong kaugalingon, dili lang ikaw pati pud ang imong students. So we really need, or for me, ang best jud is ang both, kay kailangan na may traditional, kailangan po na ay authentic assessment.
So, based po sa pag-interview gapo, no? So, napo ko na learn na which is better. So, kumpara lang sa akong insight nga na gain sa ilaha is kay kita tanan naman gyud tay mga opinion. So, for me, kung as a future teacher, mas better jud ko sa authentic assessment, kay as karon man god 21st century, kay ang mga bata karon is kung kibalik sa technology pa is nagka-high-tech na, advanced na nang more on nana sila yung mga sariling strategy. So as a teacher is mas mugamit yung kag authentic assessment para ma-describe nimo ang learning sa usa ka bata ug dili niya same sa traditional nga natay ginaingon nga muna ginatawag. So karon is mas focus gyud ta sa authentic assessment, kay mao naman ni nabilong man ta sa sa modern world. So mao to ako ang insights.
So for me po, kay it is depends on teachers, but importante man po kaning naay authentic o kaning traditional, kay depende po siya sa teachers on how he or she deliver the topic, the subject matter, o kay natural lang man po dyan nga naa dyan ang both, di ba? Kay di ba para nang kaning
dili pud kay high-tech pang eskwelahan. So you really need to adopt traditional.
Yes.
Then pag medyo high-tech na or something na mga universities or private schools, kailangan much
Depende lang po na sa mga far-flung areas. Dili sila
man good kay kadiri dili kay ta kaning kuan ba gamay ra kay tag kaning access dili sa mga ibang users nato.
So dili po guys na makasabay sa trend sa assessment.
So saka based sa ako na learn sa na learn sa atong interview is that it depends jud sa
maybe both kay kailangan man good nga kuan po na to sa atong mga estudyante nga dapat suitable pod sa ilahang needs nga learning, and also kailangan pod nga flexible ta para i-adapt pod kung unsa pod ang kanang needs sa atong society. So mao to siya.
Tama po kay namang gud tay ginatawag na student learning o kuan, student learning, student centered.
So, dapat mag-base juga sa imong students kung asa ilang need. Kung hiyang sila sa traditional assessment, so be it, dito ay mong gamiton. Kung hiyang sila sa authentic assessment, which is better, dito pug ka, ana lang ka simple jud dapat. Pero depende ra pud jud na sa teacher kung asa pud unsa jud iyang gamiton para mas mahasa niya ihang may estudyante kay na may mo sa diversity, di ba? So dapat mag-focus jud siya, dili lang siya mag-focus sa needs or sa kuan, dapat mag-focus mo siya sa mga kakayahan o sa gigikanan ng mga bataa.
Yes. Pero dapat pod nga itimbang nato siya no kay pareho anang kay itimbang nato kung kuan para dili siya ang bata ko dili mabihain sa
So,
kung
dapat
unsa
nasa center lang jud. So
kanang
for
balancing.
us, we really need to be using the both traditional and authentic assessment.
So, based sa mong interview is dili gyud mi makaingon kay og unsay best, traditional assessment or authentic assessment, because as you can see in the interview there are they have different opinion. So that's all. Thank you.
Bye guys.